Okay, this video is going to go over the config we need to make to allow traffic into our network from the outside using NAT. We're going to have some web servers that we want to make accessible out on the rich net. In order to do that, we need to configure the static NAT to let the traffic come in. So if we look at what I have put a couple servers on my packet tracer file. This one's in VLAN 3, this one's in VLAN 2, this one has the IP address 10.1.1.130, and this one I gave the IP address 10.1.1.3. Yeah, so in the lab we'll be using Linux VMs on our PCs. You'll need to get those Linux VMs up with IP addresses. You'll also need to turn the web server on. Service HTTPD start, we'll turn it on, and we can, I guess, just use the default page for that this week. So we don't need to make any changes to that. So anyway, basically I have these private IPs, which we should know are not routable on the outside, but I want my machine out here to be able to get to those web servers. So I am going to go configure some static NATs on my router to allow the traffic in. And once we have the interfaces already identified as inside and outside, it's a pretty easy command. IP NAT, one command. I don't want to mess the command up. I know how much you guys hate it when I type the wrong commands. So let me find my browser window with a lab sheet in it. IPNAT inside source static. Yep, that's what I thought it was, but IPNAT inside source static. And then you put the actual IP address of the server. In this case, I'm going to do VLAN 3 first. The IP address of that server is 10.1.1.130. And then you put the public IP address that should get you to that server. So in this case, I'm going to put 99.99.99.5. So now, in theory, if I go out on my server and open the web browser and put in that public IP address, it should get me to that server. And there we go. So pretty simple. That got me to the VLAN 3 web server. So now I'm going to go create a new static NAT for my other server. .3 is the IP address I gave it. And I'm going to give it another unused IP address I have. So 99.99.99.25. So now if I go out to my browser and put that address in, that should get me to my VLAN 2 web server. So there you go. Pretty simple to implement that inbound NAT once you have the rest of the NAT already configured. So you still need the IP NAT inside, IP NAT outside on the interfaces, but then you can specify the static NATs to get to those web servers. So that's pretty much it for the inbound NAT part.